Hi, I'm Daniel, and I'm continuing reviewing the Lego movies with the Lego Ninjago movie that I often pretend doesn't exist. It was based off the series Ninjago Masters of Spinjitzu, which started 2011 and lasted for a long time. While it does exist for toy promotion, it is great at telling more serialized stories with a dark tone and a love for the universe. Especially as the show went on, I have only seen the first 6 seasons and might catch up one day. 2015, when I first started watching Ninjago, I discovered that there will be a theatrical movie released in 2017, and I was excited. But about a year later when the trailer released, I knew this wouldn't be good. I didn't watch in cinemas, but I did later and it was worse than I thought. I even watched the movie a second time because I hate fun and wanted to make a video on it, like I did with the Lego movie and Lego Batman movie. Second film I just mentioned released the same year and managed to be so vastly different in quality. This video will be discussing about the movie, but I'll do it in a more analytical way. This is a type of movie that could fit a young scene by scene breakdown on how it failed, but I don't want to review it that way. Lego Ninjago movie released 2017, and unlike the first two, had a mixed reception. Some people liked it, but it was generally agreed to be a step down. I think this movie will still be bad as a standalone film, but it is tied to two franchises and severely fails at both. Though, I will make comparisons to the series and the Lego Batman movie because it already had been done better by both of these. This video won't include spoilers, but it's not worth anything to know. The plot focuses around Yoid Garmadon, a normal teenager whose father's regular attacks the city, so Yoid is hated at school. Tim and 5 others are just a secret identity to elemental ninja with mech suits to fight Yoid Garmadon. The original series had the ninja identity be known and just wore a mask because it looked cool. They also had young adult characters instead of teenagers. I'm open for some changes, but none of it turns into an extremely generic movie. The Batman movie also had a secret identity story, but it made sense for Batman and had deep meaning in the story. Yeah, I'm expecting the soundtrack to sing, "Yoid is an average kid that no one understands." It does play Hard Knock Life and the Forgettable 2014 edition too. The movie's music is boring and forgettable, so much that I'll move on from it after these two sentences. The plot for most of the movie only really starts when Yoid uses the secret weapon, that is a laser pointer to summon a cat who attacks the city. Now the ninjas have to go wander through the jungle to find the ultimate weapon. Garmadon joins them on the journey and Yoid start having father and son bonding moments. The Lego movies are known to have a fast-paced comedic and pacing style. The start look like that with an occasionally funny moment, but most just aren't and seem more forced than anything. This is similar to the Lego Batman movie because here ninja just overglorify superheroes. There's nothing spiritual or mysterious about the ninjas. Movies have characters arguing about something petty while bomb time was going down. So Batman had the conversation be really funny and introduced the main theme for Batman's character. Here you want it to be over because it's unfunny and repetitive. Fast pace of the first act goes away as the movie slows down in the jungle. Not in a way of slowing down for juxtaposition, but because there was little plan for a second act. There's a set piece film near Garmadon's fire generals getting revenge, but that is nothing but a way to drag out the movie's middle. We find the old Garmadon house, which includes the weapons, but Garmadon steals them. We find out that the elements were inside themselves all along, and the third act of this movie fails to be deep. Lego movies have a major emotional speech or moment near the end, but this didn't understand why it worked. This movie could have tried to parody part of Ninjago and have fun with it. One moment is describing Yoi's power as green. While it is technically energy, I find this funny because the green ninja was a vague concept. All of this type of humor could have worked if it wasn't later made a story point, not having a power from Yoi's insecurities. The ending speech is Yoi talk about how green means connections. This movie wants to try some elements of being deep, but ends up more done for trying. Realizing that the cat isn't a villain isn't an emotional moment this movie wants it to be. With so much fear disguised as character growth, the story ends up a giant mess. The animation is decent at continuing the Lego style, the sets look impressive and there's good movement. However, it has problems such as the designs. They look partially similar to Ninjago, but worse and more generic with the hairstyles. But Yord, Garmadon and Sensei Wu look fine. The ninjas and background characters don't. Show in Season 8 switched to look more like this, but that was explained by the altered timeline. Looking at the fight scenes, the Lego Batman movie has a lot of colour to make the action exciting. In this, it's animated in a boring way. Lighting is just daytime and interesting in the city, and overused the same shade of green in the jungle. Cat is also poorly edited onto the Lego city that breaks immersion in some scenes. And another thing, I complained about the Lego Batman movie not having the water be Lego, but here it's worse when there's a beach. Animation is okay, but feels like a downgrade or side project. He saw the Lego movie's success and decided to take the popular show for a profit. This movie's Lego use is extremely minor. Lloyd's arm falls off in one scene because something wacky needs to happen. They could have made a joke about how Lego arms are hard to put back on, taking 8 attempts. Potential, but the joke fails how seriously you take it. It's the idea that there's a real life-size cat near the Lego set, but that is very surface level incorporation. This is mostly a normal story with Lego. No, the show barely if any mention being Lego, but the animation didn't try to make it look all Lego-like. Backgrounds and stories had nothing to do with Lego. It went all in on the approach from not caring about being Lego, unlike this movie. It's a wraparound opening and ending of Jackie Chan telling the story to a boy. As far as I'm concerned in the Lego movie canon, this takes place in some random Lego set while the others are all in the same Lego set. The Lego Movie 2 references the Lego Batman movie, but not this, and we see a different green ninja in the Lego movie. Consider this very canon as it pulls down the quality of the others. It's strange how different in quality they managed to be. Even the aspects I like in this movie still have multiple problems to them. Which leads on to the characters. Yori was always the weakest ninja, but this makes him far worse. Just complains is annoyed about everyone. That feels like his only personality trait. He also brings upon the cat in the city. Other 5 ninjas have nothing to do. They became stereotypes and don't even have one dimension each. After he unleashed the secret weapon, they now hate Yoid. It makes sense they'll be mad, but now they're no longer friends. Yito's even done with that choice in the story. It is written like a checklist. Conflict between the ninjas, check. Other ninjas join the journey, and that is pointless. Surprised they didn't separate the unimportant ninjas with the Garmadons. King of, Lord Garmadon was originally treated as a serious corrupted villain, but this made him wacky and not a main villain. There is certainly a place for both villain types, but there could be better ways to do a comedic villain. Here the backstory isn't well formed. Originally he was bitten by a snake but took years to properly corrupt him. There is one line hinting about that happening, but this doesn't explore it, especially because this movie is about redemption, explaining what it used to be. The attempt to make anything in his relationship with Yori complex fails. Lloyd's mother is now Coco and not Misaki, but it's probably better to have a new character instead of ruining another one. Trey edited how she met Garmadon to make it look worse, but this still isn't well executed, with the Yova first fight. The Lego Batman movie also has romantic enemy style language, but there it worked for keeping it coded and telling a message with it. This has the meeting in battle lead to a regular relationship. Coco only realized he was really evil after having a child together. Backstory is told like an emotional moment when you take away music, framing devices. Only looked at it in the context. It is dumb. Like most of this movie is trying to be more than. If this movie went all in with a dumb route and had better comedy, it might have worked. Or at least be okay. The only character close to decent is Sensei Wu. Jackie Chan does a good job voicing him, and he has some of what worked for him in the series. He is the wise character and the masterful element fits his personality. However, his comedy is turned up and spiritual side turned down. He also disappeared for a large amount of the movie, leaving us with the bad characters. The Lego Ninjago movie has little like and meshed up 2 franchises at once. That's why I've always called it. To be fair, the other properties still exist, and I can ignore this exists. In the future, I'll pretend it doesn't and play this game if I have to acknowledge it. Problem is that this movie is what Ninjago is to some people, and that's a shame. I might as well reveal it here. After I'm done discussing the movies, I plan to have Legospective go over Ninjago Masters of Spinjitzu. If I may criticize some story elements or characters, it will remain way better than this. When I say it doesn't exist, that is a half joke because it is important to look at bad media compared to how stuff that work. I might keep in the back of my mind for my future reviews, at least it's better than the Lego Ninjago movie. Yes, I am reviewing something worse, which hopefully won't happen anytime soon. Hopefully I won't need to watch this thing again. One time in a second-hand shop, I saw the Blu-ray for £1 and bought it because I knew I'd have to make a video about this eventually. Consider playing a joke at the end of this video where I break it, but I respect DVDs too much for that. You win this time, the Lego Ninjago movie. In conclusion, I hope I did a good job presenting this negative review. It is a bad movie that ruined the Lego movies that would otherwise be almost perfect. Some think that the Lego movie 2 the second part is also weak because the twist is known from the first movie. However, I would argue that it's still amazing and I might discuss that next in Legospective, or not. won't be the last video of the first phase Legospective, because I will make a couple other videos around the one of those Lego movies. If you like this video, consider pressing subscribe and watching more. The end.